Good evening everybody, I'm Sue. Thank you all for being here tonight. I'm sorry I cannot be with you. I have been asked to give you an outline of the practice history. To be honest, I could write a book about it, but I will just give you a brief outline. I came to Auckland in 1980 after working in Dunedin for 18 years, and I was offered the position of charge radiographer at 101 Remuera Road, now ARG. In 1983, Dr. Dermot Mora, from what is now known as Auckland Radiology, approached by the Sisters of Martyr to take over the existing radiology department in the Mercy Hospital, then known as Martyr Hospital. This was an extremely run-down department. The nuns had redeveloped the theatres, the wards, etc., but had run out of money to redevelop the X-ray department. After a lot of negotiation, ill feeling and abuse from the community, the current practice was started in 1984 with Dr. Dermot Mora, Dr. Tony House, Dr. Chris Cotter and Dr. Bob Anderson. We were later joined by Dr. Benson Cooper in 1985 and Dr. Mark Osborne and Dr. Kevin Lee in 1990. We based our profits on 8 patients a day. The practice was then known as Martyr Radiology to align with the Sisters of Martyr Misericordiae. The name was changed to Mercy in 1988. The vision of the practice was to provide the very best service in terms of patient experience, excellent imaging and the best reporting. All the doctors had specialties, for example, ultrasound, paediatrics, chest imaging, breast imaging, neuroimaging. We inherited Sister Kathleen, who was an absolute delight to work with. In those days, the nuns were in charge of every department, and to be honest, some of them were very scary. They lived in the area now known as the Specialist Centre, and the chapel was situated in the now ARO area. They all loved to drink, and every day I would hear the trolley of drinks being taken up to their quarters. In fact, one day Sister Kathleen asked me for help with a large cut on her hand. She had decided late at night to have another sherry. The bottle broke and she sliced her fingers. The initial 6 months involved the establishment of the ultrasound unit and rebuilding and re-equipping the existing equipment. On the very first day of occupation, Dr. House and I started demolition work in order to be able to rebuild the rear area and install a second darkroom. At this time, there were no sonographers, and Friday nights were drinks nights. This was followed by the first dedicated mammography machine in 1985, a GE 600T, and a new Toshiba CT machine in 1986. These were installed in what is now known as Radiology 2, which we took over and renovated in 1986. Prior to this, it was the maternity ward. In the following years, we opened an X-ray room in the Auckland Surgical Centre in St Mark's. This was in 1988. Sunset Road, now North Care, opened in 1988, and Highland Park in 1989. We also started our scintigraphy service then. Lincoln Road was opened in 1989. In 1991, the MRI unit was opened. This was the very first in the country. We were so fortunate to be able to employ our wonderful Karen Kerr to run this, as she had just arrived back in New Zealand. We got our first computer in 1989. Warkworth was started in 1991, and in 1993, this was also the year when Avondale Diagnostic Services and Mercy united to form a branch in the eastern suburbs of St Heliers. This was called RadSpec. In 1994, we were bought out by SGS and amalgamated with Avondale, St Luke's and RadSpec to form New Zealand Radiology Group. This was the year that the breast clinic was opened, and this was a joint venture with the surgeons. In 1995, we achieved TELARC, now known as IANS, accreditation. We were the 3rd in New Zealand. We also closed the St Mark's Clinic, and Highland Park was relocated to the new Botany Downs Super Clinic in 1997. In 1999, Huapai branch closed and was relocated to Westgate, ex-Lincoln Road. In 1999, this was the year that the NZRG ownership changed to Sonic Health, and CityMed was opened in 2000. In 2005, Avondale closed and Warkworth was sold. We reopened it some years later. It was also relocated to its present site in 2021. In 2008, I was sent to South Africa to recruit new staff, and this was my really lucky day to meet Sue Garnier and Mariana. They have been a huge benefit to our practice with all their hard work and knowledge. In 2009, we decided to open a PET-CT branch. The only dedicated one was in Christchurch. Marco, Pooja Kashyap and I went to Sydney to look at some PET-CT sites. We decided on the layout of a certain site and followed this plan to develop our Gilgit Road branch. In 2009, MRI was relocated to RAD1. This required an enormous renovation to RAD1. The MRI took over what was the reception area, which is now relocated to the area it's in. In 2012, we opened our first customer care centre. This was also located in Radiology too, relocated to the first floor and then subsequently to Ascot. In 2012, Silverdale was opened, followed by Takapuna in 2013. In 2014, we acquired Arewa. 2014 was a very important year. This was the year when Sonic Health sold Mercy Radiology to HHL. We did a huge renovation to RAD2 in 2016 to take over the area which was the morgue and relocate our reception area, ultrasound and the radiologist reporting area. Lutetium 77 was introduced in 2018 in PET-CT. Admin was relocated from 15 Gilgit Road to the upper level of 19 Mountain Road in 2018. Sunset Road was relocated to North Care in 2018 and Pakuranga opened in 2018. In 2019, we did a major renovation at Botany Road to relocate the CT and install an MRI. Shakespeare PET-CT was opened in 2020. MRI at North Care installed in 2021 and Pukekohe opened in 2021. We did a major renovation to the breast clinic in 2021, taking over the area that was previously occupied by admin and installing updated mammography machine. MSK Ascot opened in 2022. In December 2022 saw renovations to Radiology 2 to allow the installation of a second CT, and once again the radiologists were relocated. In 2023 we took over the lower level of 90 Mountain Road. Over the years there have been many staff changes in both administration and clinical areas. David Benson Cooper was our CEO/medical director for many years. Other CEOs have been Robin Ching, Andrew Wickers, Lloyd McCann, and Michael Quirk. I am proud of the huge advances made in terms of equipment, imaging quality and services provided over the years. It is exciting to be part of such a progressive enterprise. We do have another exciting project in the pipeline. I just want to wish you all the very best in terms of good health, happiness and job satisfaction. Thank you all so much.